Okay guys, it's Josh here again, and tonight I have a how-to kind of tip video for you guys, and this is something that I'm going to build. This is a false lid for your mash tun. The reason for making this is especially with grain bills that are not, you know, like utilizing the entire space of the mash tun, your cooler. There's a lot of dead space between the top of your mash, where the grain and the water meet air, and then you have the lid of your cooler, which is not airtight, not watertight, and you lose heat over the period of a 60-minute, 90-minute mash, even less than 60-minute mash. You're losing heat, and you're not getting consistent mash temperatures. So a mash tun false lid will come down and sit right on top of your mash, water, and grains. So that's the idea. I'm gonna put you guys on my head for this how-to video and show you step by step what I'm gonna do. Okay guys, so you're gonna need a few things, and this is just off the top of my head, and you're gonna need zip ties. Your Home Depot bucket lid. This is for a 5-gallon bucket. Your mash tun lid. And then this is a kind of a reflective, I cut it already. So this is called a carboy shield. I don't think that's gonna focus very well, but right here it says carboy shield. Should be pretty easy to find. And then you're also gonna need either a drill or some sort of a punch so you could punch holes in your lid here, your Home Depot lid. And essentially all I'm gonna do is punch 4 holes, I don't know, maybe 6 holes, and you're going to run your zip ties through these holes. You're also going to eventually have holes in this so that you can secure it. And I think what I'm going to do is do this reflective shield on the top and the bottom, and they're going to be cut out to the size of the inside of this lid so that it fits securely on the inside of your cooler. So I'll get going, guys. Okay, and there you have it. We now have, you know, our rough draft or template. All I'm gonna do now is just make a smaller circle so it actually will fit inside here. So I'm gonna cut this down, and I'll come back when it's time to secure to the lid. Okay, we have our 2 circles now cut. They both fit inside of the lid, like so. All right, so I decided to do it on the ridge of this lid here so that the hole is closest to the edge. Okay, there we go. We've got, well, I ended up doing, what was this? 8 holes in here. So they go all the way through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And this is what the zip ties are gonna go through. All the holes have been poked through both of these. And so here's the idea. Take the zip tie, run it through, and then we're gonna run it through this little guy. Now, the only thing I'm thinking of doing is when this does get tightened down, it's gonna create, well, it's gonna fold this, okay? I think for every hole is I'm gonna cut a slit up to just before the hole that the zip tie is in. That way it doesn't fold this, because that would just be very counterproductive for sealing it. But I think that's gonna be the plan. Boom. 8 zip ties in place. And now we're gonna line it up with the bucket and then line it up with this second piece of foam here. Okay, it looks like a terrible science project gone wrong here at this point. Guess what we get to do? Zoop. Look what we got here, huh? That's pretty cool. And I'm gonna actually leave one longer so that I have something to grab onto when it's down in the mash tun. That way I can lift it off of my my mash water and grains. Because otherwise, I've got no way to grab this thing. I mean, I guess I could grab these things, but that's gonna be some hot water. So I'm just gonna leave this as a little handle so I can easily lift it up and off of the mash. So that's it, guys. I'm gonna give this a whirl. I think it's gonna trap a lot of heat and not allow a lot of heat to escape, thus giving me a more consistent mash temperature for the duration. Okay guys, so final thoughts here and on this false lid here. So I did have some concerns after the fact about materials like this, but what I was worried about was actual chemical leaching coming from the zip ties, the unknown material from this, you know, bubble foam, you know, reflective lining, and then also the Home Depot plastic bucket. Mashing generally between, let's just say 145 and 160, you know, whatever the case may be, is not going to be as bad as, let's say, boiling temps, 212, or let's say you were wrapping your food in some kind of plastic that wasn't necessarily like a food safe thing. You know, baking temps at 350, 400 degrees in your barbecue. You know, so when it comes to brewing, not as bad, but you know, you are having elevated temperatures with kind of unknown substances, so it is a cause for concern for chemical leaching. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take some good old-fashioned aluminum foil. Now, aluminum is not you know, immune from this you know, list of concerns for leaching aluminum into my water, but people have been cooking with aluminum for decades, aluminum foil, and I'm not going to be doing it anywhere close to cooking temperatures. We're talking about mash temperatures here, so I feel pretty safe about that. So I'll put down a sheet of aluminum foil and then put this down on top of it. So the only thing touching my mash water is going to be aluminum foil, and then this will rest right on top so that this doesn't actually make contact with mash water. But that's kind of my thought for that. So that's basically it, guys. And I'm going to sign off here on this how-to video. If you guys have any thoughts on this, give me a shout. Let me know what you think. That's it, guys. Until next time, cheers. Thanks for watching.